Hey, y'all, it's Asia Lachelle here from the Fluffy Hustle, and today I'm going to be doing a Instagram audit. So I do these on my site. I offer this as a service right now. I have it on promo for $29, but I did decide this month to gift four audits to four different boutiques, and I did want to go over them. I'm going to be posting them throughout the month as I do them, and so the first one we are going to start with is Alexis Trends Boutique. Now, Alexis Trends Boutique um, specializes in apparel, accessories, and lip gloss. And so I'm going to be just going through her Instagram page or her profile to just kind of critique and kind of see if there's some things that she can do to improve the overall look and appearance of her Instagram account. Now, the first thing I would start off with saying is I do like the fact that her logo fits appropriately into the space that it has. A lot of people's logos get cut off and it doesn't look professional, but hers is not like that, so that's great, Alexis. The next thing I would say is I do like the fact that you have the story highlight covers as well. It seems like your brand colors are like a pink and a chocolate brown, and so that works well together. Now, what I would say is just to be careful here with your logo at the top, that you aren't necessarily using that all over the place, because it does look like it's a Fendi print behind that, and you never want to use another brand's um, monograms or anything like that in your own brand, because that could come back to kind of bite you in the butt later. So just make sure that you know once you update your logo, that you use a different background. I would suggest using the background that you have for your highlight covers. It looks like you have like a chocolate satin kind of color thing going on in the background here. Maybe you can put that pink part on top of that instead of using the Fendi print, okay? So the next thing I want to get into is I like that it says here, okay, it's Alexis Trends Boutique. I like that you have your tagline, the trendy way. And it looks like you have also added yourself. Now, when I go to your Instagram profile, it does appear that you are directing people from your personal page over to your business page. But here's what I would say. On your business page, unless you are planning to make yourself a brand, then it doesn't make sense to point people away from your business page to your personal page. Because as a new customer, I might think you're telling me to go to this page. And when I come on here, it's your personal page. So unless you're going to make yourself a brand, then to me, I would not have it pointing at you. It's perfectly fine for you to point at your business page from your personal account, but not vice versa unless there's a purpose in it. So let me give you an example. I believe here. Okay, so there is a brand. She does lipsticks, lip glosses, and stuff like that. And so her name is Destiny Jones. And so with Destiny, she has Lipmatic, which is her brand, but she is the founder, right? So she's pointed out like she's the founder. Her name is Destiny Jones. But when you click on Destiny's profile, Destiny has 184,000 followers, and Destiny is like an influencer. Okay. So she's an actual influencer. And so it makes sense for people to know that Destiny is the owner of her brand Lipmatic, right? Because she's the actual brand itself. Like she's an influencer. So she herself is a brand. She's even a verified influencer, right? So because she herself is an actual brand, it makes sense for her to put herself on here because people she's bigger than her brand. Let me put it like that. Like Destiny Jones, the influencer, is more popular on Instagram than her brand is. She has almost 200,000 followers on her personal brand. her brand Lipmatic has about 30,000 followers. So it makes sense for the brand to attach itself to the owner, because the owner seems like she established herself as an influencer first. So that's how and why you would do that. So unless you are going to create your own brand, you are going to be like Alexis, I'm not sure what your last name is, and you are going to turn your personal page into your brand page, I would suggest removing this, because it doesn't do anything to heighten your brand at this point. Because when people go to your personal page, unlike what they're seeing with Destiny, it's a whole lifestyle with her. She's clearly portraying a lifestyle. She's a trendy girl. She's fashionable. She's on the go. She seems very trendy, and it looks like, is that Karen Civil? I don't know if that's her sister or what, but um you see here, like, her lifestyle, she's like a it girl. So it makes sense for people to know that this is her brand, right? And she cross promotes back and forth. So just decide what you're going to do. But if you're going to keep your personal page on there and you want to become your own brand, then you definitely would need to rebrand your personal page, for sure, for sure. Okay, so let's go back to your page. And okay, so one thing I also noticed, because I did take a look at your website as well, and you say that you offer apparel, accessories, and lip gloss. But right now, the only thing that I see that's available to purchase on your website, and the only thing that you are displaying on your Instagram account, is lip gloss. So while you may have plans to actually add apparel and accessories in the near future, in your bio, it should talk about what you actually have and what you do and sell right now. So I would update that from apparel, accessories, and lip gloss, because you're like making the lip gloss a secondary thing, but this is the main thing you're actually displaying when I go through your feed and when I go to your website is lip gloss. If you put the lip gloss second, it's kind of like that's the secondary thing. And then when I go to your website, I'm expecting to see apparel and accessories as like the primary thing that you offer. And when I go through your feed, I'm going to expect to see the apparel and accessories, but none of that is there. So what I would say is, until you have the apparel and accessories to offer, I would make the lip gloss the focus and give some description around the lip gloss. Like, what type of lip gloss do you specialize in? Do you do glitter glosses? Do you do handmade glosses? So I would say, like, maybe trendy, handmade, super dope, juicy lip glosses, whatever description you want to put around your lip glosses, but put the description of your lip glosses there. The next thing I would say is, it's great that you offer same day shipping, but where do you offer the same day shipping to? Do you offer same day shipping throughout the United States? Do you offer same day shipping worldwide? If you can clarify right there, that would definitely help with people when they come onto your page. Okay, so next is this. So you have your lip glosses showing here, and I think this is great. I actually think this is really good. From what I'm seeing, you're showing swatches, you're doing videos. I love that. People can see the product. The lighting is really good on that one. Actually, I like the lighting there. Yeah, try to have as bright and clear lighting like that previous picture. That's good lighting. That really shows the product off well. So that's good. That's awesome. Okay. So this is something I wanted to talk about. So as far as your showing off your lip gloss, that's great. And that's good. It's the first highlight that people can come to. So that's good. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is your tips section. This is actually something you reposted from my page, so I appreciate the repost. But I will say this. Let me stop this real quick. When you repost something, make sure that it's relevant to your audience, right? So the tip that I was showing there and what I was talking about was for business owners' knowledge, right? Because my audience that I serve are people who are either in business or wanting to go into business. And so my job is to educate them. So me giving that fact about a customer needing to have contact with a brand at least 7 to 14 times before they feel comfortable enough to even make a purchase, that was information that a business owner would need to know, but the public wouldn't necessarily need to know that. So that's not a tip that I would actually share with someone because it's not really relevant to your customers. The type of tips that I would want to see from a company that's doing lip gloss would be maybe like, how often should you actually change out your lip glosses, right? I don't think you're supposed to have like a lip gloss or something like that. It's like 3 to 6 months you need to change out your lip glosses. How do you keep your lip glosses sanitary? Because I know a lot of times I've seen girls take lip glosses out of their purses and stuff like that, and it have a bunch of nasty gunk all around the twist cap and everything like that. So you can post tips on how to keep them to keep them clean and to help them last longer and stuff like that. That's the kind of tips. Or you can give even pairing tips, right? So since you do lip glosses, maybe you can take popular lipsticks, right? Because ColourPop is known for their lipsticks and lip liners and stuff like that. So maybe you can take popular lipsticks and say this popular lipstick maybe from another brand would pair really well with one of our lip glosses, and you can show how they look together. So those are the type of tips that you could give that are applicable to your industry, okay? So always do tips that are applicable to the industry that you're in. All right, so let's go to FAQs. So in your FAQs, you don't have any FAQs. So one of the things that I would say is if you're going to have a highlight cover up here, then there needs to be content in there. Don't just have it there as a placeholder. You can just take it out, and then when you actually have content to put in there, then you can put it back up there. But what I would give suggestions as far as your FAQs, because when I looked at your website, you do have a section that says like what's inside of your glosses. So that would be an awesome thing to put inside of your FAQs to give people information about what you make your glosses with, because a lot of people are very conscious about what goes into their cosmetics. So that would be a great thing to put in your FAQ section. Other thing that would be great would be like your shipping and handling time, right? Like how long does it typically take you to process an order and then to ship it out? What is your return policy? That's the kind of thing, right, that you want to put in here, is that type of stuff. And so next is the same thing. I'm going to give the same feedback on the accessories as I did with the FAQ section, because when I clicked on here, there was nothing under accessories, and it doesn't look like you have accessories yet. So don't put anything on here that's not applicable and not something the customer could actually purchase. Because again, you're saying you're in apparel and accessories and lip gloss, but when you click on accessories, there's nothing there, both on here and on the website. So I would just remove it until you actually have it. And then next is your reviews. I thought your reviews was dope. I think you have a great review section, so that's awesome. That's awesome that you have great reviews. Make sure you also take those reviews. You don't have to just put them in your story. Put your reviews in your comment section as well. Drop them throughout your comment section. Remind people in all areas, stories, your covers, you know what I'm saying? Let them know that you have good reviews. And it don't matter if it's the same reviews. Put them up there anyway. Okay, so make sure you put your reviews in your feed. Okay, so now talking about your feed. So one of the things that I would say when I went back, I always check everybody's posting consistency and see how often you've posted, right? So I went back and I looked over the last 7 days. Actually, I went a little bit further back, but I'll just talk about the last week. So today, January 13th, you have posted one time. The 12th, you posted 4 times. The 11th, you posted 3 times. The 10th, you posted 3 times. The 9th, you posted 1 time. The 8th, you posted 4 times. And the 7th, you posted 1 time. What I would say is the days where you're posting 3 to 4 times, like you did the 10th through the 12th, that's how frequently you should be posting on a regular basis. You should be posting 3 to 5 times daily. And here's the thing that I always share with people so that you don't feel some kind of way about sharing the same thing is that, one, You need to take multiple pictures of your product and find multiple ways to display them. And for you, because you have a smaller product, it's going to actually be easier for you to do that. So like for instance, so far what I've seen, like I like this that you mixed up all of your products together and showed it. I think that's a great thing. Maybe even do sets of 3 or line them all up and do a collage type of thing. Whatever you can do. Show it on a pair of lips and then show the lip gloss right next to it. There's so many different things that you can do to show off your product, but you should definitely be showing off your product more. When I did research into like the lip gloss field to give you some feedback, what I noticed are these types of shots here with the lips with the lip gloss on it definitely do well. So those type of shots where people are seeing the product on the lip do really well. Now, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong later, but I don't think these lip shots that you're showing are your actual product. I think these are like images you may have gotten from somewhere else, but they do really well. So if you start doing these type of shots with your own product, that's going to do really, really well for your business. Take more of those shots, okay? And so again, just post more often. You want to post more often, and you want to try to start to brand your posts so that people start to get familiar with you and know that when they see you posting that it's actually you. Okay. And then the other thing I want you to start to do is to start to be consistent in the fonts that you're using. You should have maybe 2 to 3 fonts that you use together on your post, and that's it. It shouldn't be all over the place because people have to start recognizing your brand. And one of the ways people start to recognize brands is through font usage. So like here, this order online, that is one font and that's another font, and then this is a different font, and then the giveaway was a different font, and this is a different font. All these different fonts and stuff like that. Fonts are important because they give off a vibe. So you need to decide what you want the vibe of your business to be, right? You got to figure out how it is because like this kind of font that has like these little loops and curls at the end. This is a more old-fashioned font, and you see these fonts used on older brands for older people. When you see these fonts that are thinner like that are more clean, those fonts are generally used with your more current, more up-to-date type of brands. Okay? So now let's actually get into, I want to show you some examples of some other brands in your same field that are doing a really good job. And I just wanted to give you examples of some of the things that they're doing. So before, yes, we were looking at Destiny Jones. Let's go back to Lipmatic and show you some of the things that she's doing really well. One of the things that she does really well is that she shows her product off constantly. You can see, and it's cool because she doesn't always use the same backdrop, but she definitely makes sure that her brand name is very clear and is front and center. Like you can clearly see on all the pictures of her brand that is Lipmatic. When she displays the product, the actual brand name is very clear on there. Okay. And then even in some of these shots, you see how she adds the lip on there, and then you can clearly see that it says Lipmatic on there. So these shots right here work really well. If you can kind of see the difference. So this is where she just shows the product, but she got way more likes when she showed it on the lip. Okay. Here again is on her lip, on her lip, on a lip. You know what I'm saying? So the ones where the product is actually being shown will do really, really well. And then she also, like I said, she always makes sure that her brand name is very visible when she's showing off the product. Okay? So for me, if I were you, I would do more up close lip shots of the gloss. For sure. I would continue to do tight shots of the product and definitely make sure your logo is front and center. I believe I saw some post that you did in your stories where you were saying people were stealing your pictures. So if you do stuff like this, you can watermark your pictures, but just make sure that the brand name is super, super clear on your picture, so it's very hard for people to steal them. Okay. Like for instance, like on this picture right here, she could have easily did like at lipmatic, like right along her jawline, somewhere that's inconspicuous that won't distract you, but also will stop somebody from trying to steal her picture because it's very branded. Okay. So that's something that you can get here. Another thing that I like that she does, like for example, when she did a sales flyer, you see she still showed her product and showed that there was a sale. One of the things that I don't like that brands do, especially newer brands, is text only sales flyers. Okay? A lot of times people don't know your brand well enough to know your font to recognize that that's you posting. So when all you do is, I think I saw it here, when you do this kind of announcement, new items have been added to the website. I'd rather see your product and then you also say new items have been added to the website. Show the products that have actually been added to the website. Okay? You want to show both. Same thing, purchase now, link in bio. Most people are going to say like, okay, so you have that going on and that's cute, but it's like, what am I purchasing? I don't know your brand, and let's say they're finding you on the discover page, or they're finding you when they search the hashtag, and all you have up is purchase now. They don't know the name of your company, and they don't know what they're purchasing from you. And because your name is AlexisTrends.com, it doesn't let them know that they're buying lip gloss. So it's important that you show the product in your sales flyer so that people know what's going on. Um, so what else? What else? So that's a big one. Make sure when you're doing a sales flyer to show the product. Okay. Um, so that is that. Let's see here. So I also wanted to show you another brand. They're called Poppin' Hose. And so I just wanted to go through and kind of show you exactly what they're doing as well. So exactly what you did, they have their brand name, Poppin' Beauty with a Twist. That's their tagline. It shows that it's made in the USA. That might actually be something very good for you as well, since you are making your lip glosses, to say that it's made here in the US. Um, and they're telling people to tag them if that's something that you want to have happen. They're giving a call to action and telling people to, shop the $10 glosses, and they're giving their website. So these are some ideas of things that you can do inside of your bio as well. They have their covers. They're showing swatches. Swatches would be a great thing to show. Reviews, you have that. All of these different things that they have it tagged here. So this is great. And as you can see, they do the same thing. They do lots of close-ups of their photos. And so what I would say here, the difference between their photos and yours, a lot of it has to do with lighting, because you definitely are doing this, but the lighting is not as bright. I would like to see more contrast between the products that you're showing and the background. It just looks like it's the lighting. So like you have the same concept here, but the lighting is a little dim in comparison to like that. You see the difference? Like it's a lot brighter. It's like they took the picture with flash on. That's what it looks like. And I can actually tell this picture was taken with flash. So try to take your picture, try to test it out and see if you can take the picture with flash to see if it would pop more, and it'll actually make the sparkles inside of your lip gloss pop out more as well. Okay? So this is what they do. Another thing that I would also suggest for you as well. So what they do really good on Poppin' Hose is that they engage with their audience. So as you can see, not every single one of their posts is their product. They actually engage with their audience. They make their audience laugh, right? So it doesn't feel like they're always selling to them. They have a great sense of humor, right? I mean, this is that's hilarious, right? So to me, it's showing the personality of the brand, right? Their name is Poppin' Hoes, and they are hilarious, and it looks like they even take the time to make the memes pink. If you notice that, they all have like a pink hue, and I'm sure you can just apply a filter to get that to look like that, but they do that so that it all goes with their brand. It still looks good on their feed. It all has that pink kind of a hue, but it gives their brand a personality. You want a way to engage with your audience. So whether you use humor, whether you ask them questions, whether you have them like compare and contrast, like maybe you show two different glosses and say which one would you wear for a night out, which one would you wear to kiss bae, different things. You want to ask your customers questions, and you asking them questions is going to get them to engage with you, right? It's going to get them to leave a comment, and then when they leave a comment, then that allows you to respond back to them and start to have a conversation. Instagram, within the first hour of someone actually posting, that's when Instagram decides if they're going to show your post to more people or not. And so if someone leaves a comment and you don't say anything back to them, then it doesn't look like you're engaging on your page. So you want to create posts that encourage people to actually leave comments. Okay? So create posts that encourage people to leave comments. And with them, they're doing a great job of utilizing memes to do that. This is a very easy way, and all their memes are kind of like beauty related in a sense, right? They're kind of beauty related memes, okay? Or memes that they know that their audience are going to relate to, like this Marge Simpson one, the one here with Sephora. Anybody dealing with beauty, we've all been to and we've dealt with Sephora, right? Right? Even though they don't sell nail products or whatever, but this is still beauty related, right? So they're integrating themselves into their customers' lives. So find creative ways to engage with your customers so that they understand what your vibe is all about. Okay? All right, so let me go to this analytics page that I ran on you really quick. So it looks like your engagement is at 3.55%, but typically for people who have less than 1,000 followers, the engagement is actually close to 10%. So we want to try to get that up, and that's all about what I was just talking about, posting other things besides just your product. So let me give you an example, just for my own personal page, right? Let me actually go to my page, and I'm gonna show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about, even with my own brand. Okay, so here we go. So let me go back to when I actually posted about a product being on sale and show you the difference, right? So I engage with my page all the time. I give advice. I motivate people all the time. I educate and all that. The posts that for me on my page that gets the most attention are the ones where I am like motivating people a lot or calling people out on their crap, right? Or validating people and pushing them forward. My motivational post gets the most engagement. But the posts that make me the most money are my educational posts, okay? The ones where I actually educate people about the business, and the ones where I actually post my product. So here's a product that I'm posting, here's a product that I'm posting. When I post my products, okay? When I post my products, I get sales. They don't get the most likes though. This only got 36 likes. This one only got 16 likes. I got 9,000 something people following me, and that's all I got on the post about my products. But ask me if I sold my products that day. Ask me if those posts generated me sales. Yes, they did. But if all I did was post this, if all I did was post my product every day, day in and day out, and I gave nobody any value of any kind, guess what? I would not make any sales because people would just not come to me. What people come to me for is to be motivated and to be educated. Okay? They want me to motivate and educate them. And then when I do post something for sale, a whole bunch of people might not like it, but the people who do like it wind up going to my bio, wind up clicking the link, and I get sales from that. So it's a balance. Okay, so I think Poppin' Hoes has a very good balance of giving people value, right? Because they can come on here and be entertained, and they know they're gonna get some bomb lip glosses, and they're gonna see something cute that they like. It matches their vibe, right? So this brand figured out what their vibe was all about. Because anybody who is attracted to a brand called Poppin' Hose, right, they're going to have a certain kind of mentality. They're going to have a certain kind of like stallion type of mentality to themselves. And, they got that whole Ari Fletcher type of situation going. They're going to have that mentality. They're going to have that humor. They're going to understand these memes. They're going to relate to them, and they will appreciate and relate to this brand, right? Like there's not a brand that could post something and say good morning sluts. That's not going to fit everybody. That's not going to vibe with everybody, but they figured out who their target audience is, and so they're able to speak to them in that way. And so what I think you should spend your time doing is cultivating a relationship with your audience. But you're only going to find out what that is by you posting more and engaging more with them. The last thing I'm going to bring up is your hashtags. The other thing that was pulled on this um, site here that I like to use is what your top hashtags were. So these were the top hashtags. As you can see, glitter gloss was the very top performing one. Okay, and so what I would say to do is vary those lip glosses, those hashtags, and your hashtags should absolutely match your the picture itself. So let's say you'd say glitter gloss, but maybe you be more specific and say pink glitter gloss, or put in handmade lip gloss, or something like that. Be very specific about the photos and what's in the photos, and so you can attract the right people for the photo. Okay, so don't use the same hashtags over and over and over again, because if you use the same hashtags, same combination of hashtags, Instagram will definitely flag you, and can definitely hurt your account. They can shadow ban you and just not send any traffic your way. So you definitely don't want that to happen. So yeah, so those are basically the tips that I would provide you. You want to definitely establish a vibe to your post. You want your overall page to have a feeling to it, just like how Poppin' Hoes has a feeling. They establish like the vibe of their brand with the pink and the hearts, and how they did their highlight covers, right? And then as you scroll down, like I said, pretty much everything shows their brand on there. It all has that kind of pink kind of vibe and tone to it, and everything has this kind of energy to it. And like I said, they even took the time to make sure they tinted all of their memes that they post to their page pink. So they made sure that the energy and the vibe of their brand was consistent and on point, no matter what they were posting, whether it be a meme or it be lip gloss or whatever. Okay, even if they're posting some nails, they're posting some that match their vibe. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that I want to provide. I hope that that will help you. I'm also going to send you a list of some applications that you can use to help you manage your Instagram account, to create consistency, to watermark your photos, to create templates and things like that for you to use when you are doing your posts. So I hope you found that helpful. I hope everyone else, I hope you have found the tips that I've provided to Alexis Trends Boutique to be helpful. Also, definitely support her. These are handmade lip glosses that she puts time, energy, and effort into creating. And she's a new business owner, show some support to a fellow entrepreneur. Again, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back later with another one. Bye.